Lots more exciting announcements this week in the world of Strongman, and we are kicking things off with the final two entrants into the Strongest Man on Earth. This Man on Earth lineup looking absolutely epic this year, and we've had the final two announcements. Do you want to tell people who those are?
Yeah, so Tristan Hoth, who was 5th place at the World's Strongest Man just a few weeks back, and also Wesley Dewinski, who came 6th, I believe.
I've got to say, I think Brian has got the lineup absolutely perfect for this. Obviously, we were really excited for the Arnold's lineup this year. There was 5 former winners of World's Strongest Man in that lineup. But the lineup didn't kind of come to fruition when it came to the competition. What we have here is maybe less big names or less household names within the sport. But you've got, in my opinion, the 16 top guys currently that can compete. They're injury-free. These are the 16 best guys in the world. I honestly couldn't put someone else in there that I think should be doing this that isn't already.
No, I totally agree. And the great thing, I mean, we talk a lot about the depth of talent in the sport right now. You've got all of this in one competition thanks to the 16-man lineup.
Yeah, 16-man lineup is exciting. 8 events as well. It's going to be an epic competition.
So let's remind ourselves then, all 16 athletes that are competing in the Strongest Man on Earth this year. Starting with 2018's World's Strongest Man and 3-time Arnold Strongman Classic winner Thor Bjornsson.
We have the 2023 World's Strongest Man and 2nd place finisher at last year's Strongest Man on Earth, Mitchell Hooper.
We've got the now 3-time World's Strongest Man, Tom Stoltman.
3rd place at this year's World's Strongest Man, Evan Singleton.
We have the 2-time winner of the Shore Classic, Trey Mitchell.
Former winner of the Shore Classic Open, Thomas Evans.
We have the 2-time podium finisher at the Arnold Strongman Classic, Bobby Thompson.
The former World's Strongest Man, Alexei Novikov.
We have 4th place at this year's World's Strongest Man, Matt Ragg.
The current America's Strongest Man, Lucas Hatton.
Winner of 25 international competitions, Ivor Schmuckstelis.
The current and 2 times winner of Europe's Strongest Man, Luke Stoltman.
We also have the former Europe's Strongest Man, Pavlo Cordiaca.
Winner of last year's Shore Classic Open, and he made the final in his first ever World's Strongest Man, Austin Andrade.
5th place at this year's World's Strongest Man from Canada, Tristan Hoth.
And also from Canada, another finalist of World's Strongest Man, Wesley Dewinski.
What a great lineup.
Absolutely brilliant. I mean, so many strong Canadians in there.
Yeah.
It's great to see the North Americans doing so well right now, particularly the Frozen North, the Canadians. They are...
Frozen North. What is this, Game of Thrones?
But yeah, the Canadians are performing right now, and you know, there's 3 in this lineup that are just unbelievable. There's others as well that can put themselves into that list.
Well, I was going to say that doesn't even include, you know, the great Canadian strongmen we've had recently, like JF Caron, Maxime Boudreau.
Yeah, and others as well. There's so many talented athletes right now. But this lineup, what I like about it is it's very current.
Yeah, really good.
You know, the only question mark I would say is Trey Mitchell's performance at Worlds wasn't amazing. However, he was coming back very, very quickly.
He was.
And I think a few more months, we always know from history, Trey loves this competition.
Yeah.
So I think he can get himself back in shape for this. He likes the heavier shows. The Shore Classic is the international show that he's won, not just once, but twice as well. So, you know, a real good show for Trey. But what a lineup. And obviously with Thor in there, with the current World's Strongest Man, Tom Stoltman, Mitch Hooper, you know, other World's Strongest Man winners, Evan Singleton. It's just an exciting show to look forward to later this year.
So more competition announcements, and the Strongest Man in Iceland is taking place on the 1st and 2nd of June this year. Now there's 2 Strongest Man on Iceland Strongest Man type competitions, a little bit like UK's and Brits. Sure. But this one is run by Magnus Ver Magnusson. Now let's have lots of fun, Lozzie, pronouncing all of these names, this lineup. Right,
we're starting off with Vilas Jakuzzis, who is actually from Lithuania originally, but he now lives in Iceland.
We also have Simon Kummer.
Christian Nielsen, looking forward to seeing how he does in this one. I've been coaching him for about a year now, and he's doing very well.
Apologies in advance. Eilifer Ori Arngrimsson.
Good effort.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Hilma Jonsson.
We also have Olafur Hawker Thomason.
We also have Palmer Goodfinson.
Carrie Christopher Eliasson.
Next up, we have Alexander Anderson.
We also have Gudmundur Hafthor Helgason.
And finally, we have Andre Pelka. Hopefully, we can do a better job talking about the events than we can introducing the athletes.
Well, we can't get much worse than that.
Apologies to you guys. So the events, it's an exciting competition, 8 events, 2-day competition as well. Starting off with the bag toss medley, there is the battery front hold, farmer's walk and super yoke medley, the deadlift, the press medley, the hand over hand, the truck pull, and finishing off with the tire flip. 8 events.
Yeah, 8 events.
We like 8 events for a competition, don't we?
So the event's not going to be live streamed, but it is going to be recorded and uploaded to the Magnus Classic Series TV YouTube channel on Tuesday the 4th of June. So look out for that one.
The first 4 athletes for the Giants Live World Open taking place on the 7th of September have been announced.
Yeah, and they're also doing the World Log Lift Championships as part of this competition this year.
Yeah, so big names starting off this list. We have Mitch Hooper, we have Tom Stoltman, we have Evan Singleton, and we have the record holder when it comes to the log lift, Iron Bibby.
It feels like Mitch, Tom and Evan are doing like every single competition this year.
I think it's quite cool, you know, they're top 3 at Worlds, and to see them go head to head a number of times is going to be exciting. This is what you want as a fan. You want to see the best guys competing against each other on a regular basis, and we're seeing that this year, probably for the first time in a long time, where the top guys are just going at it all the time. So this past weekend in the UK, we had the England qualifier, which is a big competition. There was 32 athletes in this. Top 6 all now qualify for the Giants Live England Strongest Man. And it was a huge competition, took place in Manchester. The top 3 athletes were Andy Flynn, who is just looking phenomenal right now, Joe Oliver coming in 2nd place, and Jack Osborne in 3rd. Super proud of those 3. Obviously, I coached Joe and Jack, but Andy Flynn has been doing very well the last few years. And he sometimes, just when it comes to that very top level, just has something go wrong on the day. But he is so close to breaking in to the elite level nationally. And Joe and Jack, you know, they are doing superb as well. So well done to those 3. We also had 3 other athletes qualify from this show, and they will now go on to England's as well. They get to compete against the likes of Kane Francis, against Mark Felix, Paddy Haynes, and a number of others as well. And they'll all have the chance to qualify for Britain's Strongest Man. So the other 3 athletes to qualify were Will Relf, Ben Glasscock, and Tom Place. Now, I've got to point out this about Tom Place. He did 11 reps with the 320 kilo deadlift. Wow. That is massive. You know,
that's
talent.
An axle deadlift as well.
No. This was a normal deadlift in this comp. The axle deadlift they are doing in England Strongest Man.
Okay.
350 kilo axle, I might add as well. It's going to be at England's, which is very, very heavy for that level of competition. But that man is one hell of a deadlifter.
So also last weekend, we had the Cerberus Super Series, which was hosted by PSL, the Pro Strongman League, and it was an under 105 kilo men's competition and an under 82 kilo women's competition. The men's competition was won by Nick Hine, who is a really great under 105 athlete. Obviously, he won, but he's been on the podium before at the official Strongman Games. And the winner of the women's competition was Jessica Mitchell, who last year was 2nd place in the under 73 kilo women's division.
Yeah, she beat Nadia Stowers in this competition.
She did. And interestingly, she's coached by Nadia.
Is she? Wow.
Yeah. So it's, I guess, nice for Nadia in a way. It's bittersweet. But Jessica, though, reading her post, she was ready to give it all up a couple of months ago. So really pleased for her. This was a really nice win.
Absolutely. Right, guys, that's everything for this week. We'll be back next week with lots more strength action. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you guys next time.